Ah, yes, French women. Tall, fashionable, and usually the reason I can't produce a full sentence. They have a lot of, unique qualities and attributes different from women from other places, at least in my experience, which is absolutely zero. And as a guy trying to, maneuver my way through relationships, there's a lot I had to learn the hard way. Yo. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Kwan. Today we're going to be talking about the things I learned about French women while studying abroad. I know. You don't even have to say it. So just to give you guys a bit of, backstory, I did a study abroad in France in 2025. I was there for about 4 months. So I'm basically French.
Stop the cap.
Not really, but yeah. So I've visited France a couple of times. Most times it was actually with family. This time it was, more or less just me alone fending for my life. There was a lot I actually picked up and learned, especially with women. So yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Number one, the first thing about French women is that they don't do small talk, like at all. They don't like it. As a guy, your initial idea or thought to approach is, oh, what's your name? Where are you from? How are you doing? How was your weekend? The first thing they'll be like is, why are you asking? Like, what do you want? Of course, in the French accent. They prefer a lot of conversations that have meaning rather than just like useless, just chatting, you know what I mean? Just wasting your breath. So, you'll probably tell them something like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so hot. And they're going to be like, yeah, I know. And they'll just look at you. Honestly, that has to be like top 10 worst butterflies like ever. You're there trying to talk to them. You ask a question like, so what are you doing tonight, or who are you with? And then they're just looking at you, just with a blank stare, blank face. They like guys who make how can I say? They make it known of their intentions like immediately. Like you walk up to them and be like, hey, I want you. You know what I mean? At least that's what it seems like, because, you try to do the slow and steady, slow burn approach. You know what I mean? And it's like, they don't want that. You're just there. Like, what do you want? I don't get it. I don't understand at all. I don't get it. I mean, it's honestly just so confusing. It's like flirting with a French girl is like playing chess on fire, outer space with no hands. It's like, it's impossible. Like, what? How? I mean, flirting actually makes no sense. Like it's overly complicated. So complicated, I actually had to make a video interviewing different women about, how do you flirt in France? Because I just couldn't understand. A shameless plug, by the way. Go ahead and go watch that video. You'll find it down below. Number two, the second thing I learned about French women is that they always dress up. You know what I mean? Like they're very fashionable. As a guy, for one, and as an American guy, let me not say I don't dress up, because I be tripping for real. At least I try. You know what I mean? I try.
I ain't fresh.
You're not fresh. No. At all.
But most times, I don't mind being in a hoodie, sweats, Nikes, whatever, right? You see a French woman, and she's like dressed to the nines, head to toe. You know what I mean? It's like the brand new jacket, brand new heels, brand new skirt. It's like, bro, jeez, man. Hey. If you get a chance to figure out how to flirt, and you actually get the chance to hang out with the French girl, she'll let you know, like, yo, I need to go buy a new jacket or whatever. Or she probably won't tell you, but just know she's gonna go buy some new clothes, And then for me, I'll probably pull up and the same hoodie that I wore 3 days straight. I mean, they be going to stores that I've never even heard of and probably can't even pronounce and won't try to pronounce, because I might break my jaw trying to do so. Not even exaggerating when I say this. You'll walk on the street, like just on a random road, right? And I'm telling you, you'll see at least 10 people that look like they're models. 10 people that look like they just walked off a Vogue photo shoot. They just went to a pageant or something, a modeling show. It's like, bro, explain. There's no outdoing, her in terms of dressing up and all that. If you guys are planning on going out and, you're going somewhere fancy and want to dress up, whatnot, just expect that she's going to outdo you, because there's no keeping up, man. There's no keeping up. Number 3. So the third thing that I learned about French women is they're very direct. And a lot of times this is like confused with being rude. You know what I mean? You ask anybody, oh, tell me about French people. They'll most likely say, oh, they're very rude. They're very, nose up type of people, feeling themselves, whatever. And I don't think it's that they're necessarily rude, at least not the women. Again, in my experience, I feel like it's more so they're just very direct. They're so direct. If they don't like you, they're just going to tell you straight away, no, I don't like you. That's it. There's nothing else you can say. There's no leading you on. There's no, oh, maybe next time, or I have to do my homework, or the government. I mean, it could be considered a good thing or a bad thing, depending how you look at it. That wouldn't you rather be told directly, that, hey, not interested or whatever, rather than someone leading you on just to, say that later after a long ass time. Yeah, but it's just how they do it. You know what I mean? They'll just be like, no,
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
French women are just so direct. They don't even ghost you. They just evaporate. You know what I mean? They just disappear. Number 4. And the fourth thing about French women is that they ask a lot of questions, and it's kind of like in a way of studying you. It's like dating is an interview pretty much. It's not even the basic questions like, oh, what's your favorite color, your favorite food, and just nonsense like that. It's more so like, okay, what are your political views about the economic state of the world?
Oh my God. Like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
I mean, they'll ask you all these questions before they even ask you your name sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, you'll walk up, be like, hey, how are you doing? What's your name? Whatever. She'll be like, what are your goals in life? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, buddy? Don't even get me started on like recognizing certain patterns. Like, they'll say you'll be doing something that for sure you weren't doing. And I mean, they overanalyze everything. You know what I mean? Like, every little thing that you do, just know they're watching. If you leave one button on your shirt undone, they're going to be like, all right, this guy, he's playing with me right now. You playing with me right now? You trying to show your chest? I know you're not trying to show your chest. You text them without emojis. Yeah. Text a French girl without emojis, see what happened. She's going to be like, oh, why are you upset? Why are you mad? Huh? What did I do? You're upset. It's like, no, I just didn't want to use emojis like in every sentence. Number 5. So the fifth thing that I learned about French women is they're very, very, very confident. You know what I mean? Like, I won't even say overconfident because they walk the walk, talk the talk, and everything. Like, it's crazy, man. I wish I could be a French woman in my next life. Maybe we'll see. I think it kind of goes hand in hand with, being fashionable and, always dressed to the nines, because it's like when you look good, you feel good. You know what I mean? And they always look good, because they're always dressed up, looking presentable, whatnot. So I guess they just always feel good because of that. So yeah, man, they're just very, very confident. If you try to downplay them, or you tell them like, oh, your shoe's untied, they're gonna be like, so
Hell no, man. What the
and walk off. I mean, from the skincare to the lip liner to the nail polish, perfumes, everything. It's like you can tell they are very confident, you know what I mean, in themselves, and have no insecurities, and nothing bothers them. You know what I mean? They're like, all right, I'm the prize. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to it for real. Like, if you need help with your confidence, hey, talk to a French girl. She'll hook you up for real. Number 6. The sixth thing I learned about French women is that they don't chase at all. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they might do a little hopscotch step, you know what I mean? But they're not going to chase you whatsoever. And on top of that, on top of not chasing you, they don't want to be chased either. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's like, what do you want? The way French women flirt, it's like they're just going to look at you. You know what I mean? And it's not even like a you know what I mean, like a it's nothing like that. It's more so just like, bro, what are you looking at? If you don't do the, you know, the double cheek kiss, the bisou bisou, if you don't do that, you hate them. That's in their head. That's what they're thinking, that you hate them, and that's it. There's nothing you can do to change their mind after that. You know, as a guy, we're kind of used to, you know, putting in place a plan, you know, like a whole strategy on, okay, how are we going to talk to this girl? You know, we got 2 weeks. You know, we got 2 weeks to make it happen. You know, let's chase her for those 2 weeks. No, it doesn't work like that with French women. You're not going to chase them. They don't want to be chased. They're going to run, and you will never catch them ever again. Boom. There you have it. There's the video on what I learned about French women while studying abroad in France. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave a thumbs down. And yeah, as usual, let me know in the comments. Do you agree with these? Do you disagree? Have your own experiences that you want to share? Go ahead and let me know down there below. And I personally think that French women are very intelligent, you know, very fashionable, very smart, you know, elegant, things like that. But you know, they can be very intimidating, especially if you're not used to them. So yeah, there you go. There are some tips to help you guys if you ever plan on traveling to France, or if you ever, you know, end up seeing a French girl, then yeah, prepare. It's terrifying. And as usual, share with your mom, share with your neighbor, share with your therapist, because I'm sure you'll need it after this. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks again for watching. And until next time, peace.